Hi, this is Scal DM Cobb 37, coming to you from beautiful Hot Springs, Missouri. Just got out of the grocery store, and either there's a snow scare coming, or people are really worried about the coronavirus. I didn't check the weather this morning. I thought we were going to get rain and not snow. But anyway, that just lets you give you a little idea of what's going on here. Totally out of toilet paper. I guess people are planning on being stuck at home for a while, and they don't want to use bed sheets or the shower curtain. I don't blame them. All right, so anyway, this is a Dh&T, and we're going to talk about last night's game a little bit. This will probably be uploaded either right before or right after that premieres on Friday, which is, I'm recording this on Friday because I'm doing the usual, going to get the kids. And that's set to premiere at 6 Central Time. And then, so this will be uploaded probably right when I get back, I would assume, with the kids, which will be right around 5:30, something like that. So, game last night, really fun, which is the whole object of the game, is to have fun. And being a cooperative zero-sum game, there aren't supposed to be winners or losers. There's just supposed to be fun. But being nerds and geeks and dorks and gamers and whatever, you'll always have those moments where someone wants to win more than they want to have fun. I'm not saying that happened last night, because as far as I remember, it didn't. I'm just going on a stream of consciousness here. So, let's see. Last night, if you saw the previous episode, you know where they stopped, which was in the secret, spoilers by the way, in the secret tunnel behind the heel of Annam, who is no longer there. So they went in. They then, of course, went through the teleportation circle, because they all had their coins, and proceeded to go up to what was still a huge eternal viewing place, visible from the ground, and the pieces of it still falling off. So the effect was to be of a slow, steady decay, I guess, or something that still had enough, is there a word, resiliency, to maintain itself. I don't want to say it had enough power to maintain itself, because that to me sounds like a cheap way of explaining it. So let's say that whatever was enabling it to remain in the sky for however long it did, there was still enough of that to keep it together. Maybe it was the will of Forsooth, or it was an extra planar pocket that became visible, or just plain straight up old-timey super magical spell that was waning now. That's any of those explanations would be fine. No, I don't think any player, unless it's inimical to the story, gives a flying shake. So they made it back. They were started going through the thing again. Had some encounters, of course. Not as many as I would like, but they had some encounters. Got to a room that had, of course, something they hadn't seen before, and I attempted to create a spooky or mysterious, creepy, horrific vibe for that particular room. And it was nice because one of the players says, "This is creepy, I want to get out of here." So I was like, yes, mission accomplished, which is really all I could hope for. I don't know. That's one of the basic joys, is for a player to see it as you see it, because sometimes your descriptions don't, either your description is lazy, which I've been guilty of my entire DMing existence, so I've been working on that the past several years, or you couldn't quite get across what you were trying to. And sometimes the players, they need a little extra nudge to get them to see what you're envisioning. And I have no problem with a DM breaking kayfabe, if you will, and saying, okay, so this is what I'm trying to get across, and I need to know if you guys understood that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because it only helps with the way the story's going if you're all on the imaginative plane together. You know, if you're all high at the same time. Because if you're the only one that's drunk and no one else is, well, you're an idiot. And if you're not drunk and everyone else is, then that's no fun either. So anyway, in gaming, if you and the players are visualizing the same either context or scene, that to me makes a better game, because then when they make a decision based on that information, you as a dungeon master, it makes sense to you as well. And then when they do something really crazy, even when they understand the context of the scene, then as a DM, you'd love that even more, because that interjects some chaos. And that's the best thing about being a DM, is when your players surprise you. And even if it's unsuccessful, you still remember, hey, remember that time you tried to ride the dinosaur? Okay. You know, sounds kind of cool, you know. Oh, you know, you rolled a 1, and then you rolled the level check, and you rolled another 1. That's a super critical fail, man. That dinosaur stomped the crap out of you. Bummer. Or, you know, I rolled a 20. Oh, it explodes. Rolling up 20. Oh, man. Some odd reason this dinosaur is digging being your mount. And somehow you use your knees to direct it, and it knows. And, man, for a dinosaur, it seems happy. And you wonder how you would even know that, because it doesn't have facial expressions. But anyway, I went off on a tangent there. Anyway, the game had a couple cool ideas, a couple things tried, which I'm always for. And what was nice was that in the moment, I gave those things some thought, because the game at that point was slow and there weren't like 3 people. A lot of times, I don't know if you watch the game, you'll see people talking to each other in character, which is great if you're there, but if you're trying to watch it all, it can be very confusing and you'll miss something. Or they're talking over each other and you can't get a good earful of any of the conversations. So, you know, you're taking away the spontaneity of the simultaneous conversations. That is a case-by-case basis, I suppose. I, however, prefer there to be no simultaneous conversation, so that way I can get all the information and hear what somebody's trying to do so I can come back with something reasonable. So, anyway, so they were there and they had some encounters and saw some things. Obviously, I don't want to get too spoilery right now, but none of them died. I will say that. And I think we had a definite ending point. I don't remember what it was, even though it was last night. But everyone was in good spirits, so that's great. Anyway, that's about it for this one. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you liked it a whole bunch, hit the subscribe button. I don't monetize any of these videos, so I don't have any other reason other than to have somebody pat me on the back and go, hey, that was actually worth 5 minutes or 10 minutes of my time to listen to old fat DM while he's driving, talk about D&D. All right. Anyway, thanks. Roll them 20s.